everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have some Kindle Unlimited romance recommendations for you. Now I'm someone who I use Kindle Unlimited literally all the time, and with these recs I'm going to convince you that if you don't have Kindle Unlimited you need to get it. Before we dive into that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is Max Monroe. Max Monroe has a brand new summer book out, and it is called What I Should Have Said. This cover screams summer, and it is going to be the perfect book for you to take with you on vacation, perfect book for you to read next to the beach, by the pool, whatever. It is going to be one of those books that you're going to be thinking about for days. It is an emotional, grumpy sunshine where he's just this broody alpha hero. She is just a chatty sunshine. She's a runaway bride, and they actually meet when he picks her up as she's a hitchhiker, and she just will not stop talking, and he literally gives off the energy of like, I don't like this woman, but if anyone touches her, I'm gonna kill them. And that's kind of how they become this enemies turned lovers, a little bit like I kind of like you, your friend turned lovers. It's a mix of a lot of different tropes, okay? But this has a lot of dark secrets that start to come out too, and for it to be so short and for it to pull at your heartstrings, I think everyone needs to pick this up for the summer. I think it would be perfect, especially for all my small town lovers out there who love a good small town romance, because when she leaves, she goes to this super small town, and that's where he lives, and he's like, oh, I guess I'm really stuck with her now. Now, I will have the link in the description box below to pick up this book, but once again, thank you to Max Monroe for sponsoring this video. Now, Kindle Unlimited is something that I've talked about a lot. A lot of people do Kindle Unlimited videos, Kindle Unlimited this, Kindle Unlimited that, books you should read, books I want to read, all of that, right? If you don't know what Kindle Unlimited is, it is a subscription service on Amazon that you pay. It used to be $9.99 a month. I think it's now like $11.99 or $12.99, but you can basically download to your Kindle 20 books, and you can return them at any time. It's kind of like the library where you can exchange books at any time, but on your Kindle you can have up to 20, which they used to only have 10. Now, I've had Kindle Unlimited for over a decade now, and I have used it when I didn't have any money to spend on books, but I could spend $10 a month on myself to give myself 10 books that I can download in and out. Now, if you are someone who reads a lot, it is worth it. If you read at least 3 ebooks a month and you used to purchase them outright for $3, $4, $5.99, Kindle Unlimited definitely pays off with that, because there's just a whole catalog of books outside of romance. Like, I'm specifically talking about romance, but there's a whole catalog of books out there of different genres where you can download them. So I will have a link also in the description box below if you want to check out Kindle Unlimited for yourself. I think they're running a promotion where the first 3 months are free, or the first 3 months are only $9.99 or 99 cents or something like that. They usually have some type of special, but I'll have that in the description box below if you want to check them out. Now, I'm going to give you some recommendations to download once you get your Kindle Unlimited subscription. Or if you already have Kindle Unlimited, check out these books, because a lot of them are amazing and I want more people to read them. Now, the first book I have to talk about just came out on the 25th, and that is Burnout by Rebecca Genshak. I loved this book. So this cover is super adorable. I love the front and the back. Now, this book is a motocross rider who is just trying to figure out his life. He got kicked off of one team, he's trying to join the other, and our female character Avery, she is a Olympic gymnast, and his friend, Knox's friend, is like, hey, I trained with Avery over the summer to help with like tricks on, you know, being a motocross rider and stuff like that, because, you know, being flexible helps you when you're doing tricks in the air, duh, right? He said maybe you should kind of train with Avery to kind of get your skills up there, so when you go for the team, they see like how great you are, right? And he goes to her, but then he offends her. Says, oh, you just flip around and don't really do anything. And she's like, yeah, no, I'm not helping you. Okay, bye. So this is definitely enemies to lovers. The banter is absolutely amazing. This book, I really enjoyed it. I would highly suggest picking it up if you are an enemies to lovers romance fan who loves banter. And oh my god, he like kind of falls first, but he like doesn't want to admit their feelings. There's just so many like good scenes in here where he is like, he says things, he gets to be introduced to his family and all of these things like that. I love this book. Make sure you check it out. It just came out. Such a cool start to a series. I love this book so much when I read it. The next book I have is The Darkest Corner of the Heart by Lucina Connie. So I've been recommending the first book in this series, but I recently read this book, which is also in Kindle Unlimited, and I don't know if I love this book more. It's just very different. So if you are someone who loves healing in romances where a female or male character really goes through a lot of things, this book is going to be for you. Now, our female character, she is a ballerina. She is trying to audition for this very prestigious ballet company, and the night before that she's supposed to tape her audition, she hurts her ankle to the point where she's out for, you know, a minimum of 6 weeks. And she goes to see this physical therapist, and she's just struggling because the whole time that she's going through physical therapy and stuff like this, she's thinking, what am I supposed to do with my life? Like, what if I can never dance again? Like, this was my life's journey. This is my path I wanted to go on. Like, I wanted to do this for the rest of my life. Like, ballerinas' careers only last maybe till their mid-20s, and she's 18, 19 at this point, and it's already, like, done. She didn't even get the chance to start it. That's all the things that she's thinking. Now, her physical therapist is someone that she finds attractive, so it's a little bit of like a patient-doctor type thing, but nothing really happens between them until after that 6-week period. But he basically tells her maybe you shouldn't, you know, practice or do anything with ballet for at least 6 months because it could hurt her ankle all over again, and then she would really need surgery. So I love this kind of like slow, super slow burn of this tiny pieces being, you know, dropped about each other, and it's the amount of time it takes for them to both open up to each other is so long, but it's so worth it. I loved their romance. I loved every way he showed her how he loved her in like his own little way. It was very beautiful. I personally love this author's writing. I would say that some people might think it's a little flowery, but you can read these completely out of order. This is the second book. It follows the sister from the first book. She's like 4 years old in the first book, so now she's an adult. Like I said, there's really like, it's not gonna really spoil anything or anything like that, but I love this. I love her writing. I would definitely check out this author. She's on Kindle Unlimited. She has another book coming out in this series later this year, and I'm very excited for. Now the next one is one that I feel like a lot of people have already heard of, and that is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. So I am someone, oh my god, look at this copy, guys. It has pink pages. Look at that. Oh my god. How did I get this book? I don't know. Thank you to Periwinkle PR, which is Elsie's PR company, and Elsie for sending this to me because, like, who am I, right? So this is the start of her brand new series, and I know some people have mixed feelings. I personally absolutely loved this. I listened to the audiobook, and I thought that audiobook was perfection. I think it tells the story so well. You have this guy who is a billionaire, right? He comes back to Rose Hill, and you see that he's just trying to start up his own little, like, music production company away from the limelight, like where artists can come and get away. There's not paparazzi, like, it's super secluded, right? And then he finds out that he has a daughter. And you're like, oh shit. But it's literally in a way that I've never thought before. He basically donated sperm when he was in, I think it was college. And a couple used that to have kids because they couldn't have kids. Now, the daughter, her actual mom and dad, like who she calls mom and dad, her dad passed away. He has ALS, or he had ALS, so he passed away. And the mom is in this very depressive state. Like, they've been together for a very long time. And so she goes and was like, hey, I need help. Like, my mom and my dad's gone. My mom is not in a good place. Can you please help me, right? And it's just a beautiful story. In steps Rosie, okay? I don't know what it was about this book, but I love their banter. I love that he is this billionaire dad basically now, but he reverts back to like this teenage boy around her, and it's just so adorable, and I personally loved it. Now, I didn't go into this book having any expectations, but if you've read Elsie Silver's previous books, it is a mix between reckless and heartless. If they had a baby, this book would be it. That's all I can say about this book. I loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. I had the best time. I would recommend it. Give it a try. I loved this. I loved it. It was a great start to a series. I think all the dads in this book are going to be single dads. I don't know. We've only seen Rosie's brother, West, so I don't know any other characters that are going to be in this book, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited. West is a interesting character in and of itself. This is a brother's best friend, obviously. West and Ford have been friends since like high school, basically, so I love this. It was great. I would recommend it to everyone. Another series I think is actually really good is Where We Started by Ashley Munoz. So this is Stone Writers MC book number 1. This is an MC small town romance series. Now, this is a second chance romance, which I love. The second book is definitely more hate to love. I would suggest reading these in order because the whole series has this overarching plot that if you read them out of order, you're going to be hella confused. But in this book, our female character is the daughter of the president, and when she comes back to the super small town, she has to deal with her ex because he is now the president of the motorcycle club. And while he is president of the motorcycle club, she gets all of the land where the motorcycle club house is actually on. So obviously it's going to cause a lot of things. So she's forced to stay in the town. She's forced to drag up all these feelings that she kind of put away and shoved away previously. honestly. And it's a roller coaster of emotions. I actually really love this when I read it. The audio is actually on Hoopla. So while the ebook's in Kindle Unlimited, you can grab the audio on Hoopla if you have that from your library. Hoopla is an app, like a library app, but I like the series. I like that what she's doing. I'm interested to see where it's gonna go. The third book is coming out pretty soon, I think in May, end of April, beginning of May. I'm very excited for that. I love the colors that she's doing. I love these covers versus the People covers. I like to choose sometimes, but I'd highly recommend this one if you're looking for like a motorcycle club, small town. Definitely check out this series. Another series for my dark romance lovers is the Alliance series by S.J. Tilley. So I read the whole Alliance series. There's 4 books right now in the Alliance series with my patrons over on my Patreon. We pick a series every 3 months or so to kind of read together, and we chat about them. Now, like I said, there's 4 books. There's Nero, there's King, there's Dom, and then Hans. Now this is all a mafia romance series. They all are different like heads of mafia, and they all follow different things. They're unhinged, they are to the max, just over the top. They are alpha heroes to the max. My favorite is Dom, which is why I'm holding this up. You can read them out of order. I read Dom first, then I went back to Nero, and then I read King. So you can mix it all up if you want, you know what I mean? But I personally really loved this series. I think it was fun. I hadn't had such fun with the mafia romance until I read this series. So I would highly suggest picking this up in Kindle Unlimited if you want to check it out. It's one of my favorites. Now, the next one I have is Twilight of Embers by Tessa Hale. So I'm not a Why Choose girly, okay? Why Choose is not my thing, okay? But this series has got me on a chokehold. It's dragons, Why Choose. She has 5 mates, and they all have, you know, different things. There's a professor, there's a billionaire, there's 2 twins. They're both in college, one's on the football team, and then you have just like this Viking-like character, right? And they are all, oh my god, amazing. I love this. Now, this one ends on a cliffhanger, but the second book, Midnight of Ashes, just came out, so you know, you don't have to wait long for the third book because they all end on cliffhangers. But if you're looking for just a super fun, suck you into the world series, definitely check out Twilight of Embers by Tessa Hale. I loved it. It was such a good time. Like, it's just a fun time, and I was not expecting. But if you're like more of like a fantasy, if you want to step into fantasy but you're not ready to like fully take the plunge, check this out. Even though it's more like light fantasy, kind of paranormal because there's dragons and shifters and all of that. It's just fun. It's a fun time, so I would recommend this one. But those are all the books that I have to recommend in Kindle Unlimited. Like I said, I will have the link to the description box below, and if you want to check out any of them or check out Kindle Unlimited, it'll be linked for you. Once again, I want to say thank you so much to Max Monroe for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out What I Should Have Said by Max Monroe. This is the perfect summer book. Like I said, emotional. You will not stop thinking about this book, but I will also have this linked in the description box below for you. So thank you so much to Max Monroe for sponsoring this video. For the emoji, leave me, what kind of emoji? Leave me a sunglasses emoji, like the emoji with sunglasses, wearing sunglasses, just because like summer's around the corner, you know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.